What's up, you guys? Good morning. I hope all is well with y'all. I just wanted to talk to y'all because I want you to know when the devil creeps in. And the devil gets in when you're weak and when you're vulnerable. That's when he slide in. That's the perfect opportunity for him to slide right into your life. So I want you to think about what place you were in when that toxic person came into your life, when that traumatic thing happened in your life. You know, especially more so when it comes to like maybe relationship, toxic relationships, abusive relationships. Even for those of us who have been through physical abuse as a kid, sexual abuse as a kid, what the place that you were in then, it was because you're a kid. The kids are the weakest vessels. They're the weakest. They're the easiest ones to manipulate. They're the easiest ones. Women are right after. Women are right after. We're easily manipulated too, just like a child. You can tell us anything, we'll listen to it, we'll believe it. Women or kids, they're the weakest. But I want you to think about what place you were in. Were you just getting out of another toxic relationship? Did you just lose a job? Did you just lose a family member, a loved one? Did you just lose something that was precious to you? You got to think about the spiritual state and the mental state that you were in. You were in a weak and vulnerable state of mind. Your spirit was weak. And this person came as a knight in shining armor, as a wolf in sheep's clothing, acting like they ready to save you, protect you, love you, nurture you because of what the last person couldn't do, failed to do. You know, and this is for really men and women, because a lot of men too, they get sucked into the streets, sucked into certain lifestyles because they're weak, because of what's going on in the house as a kid. Toxicity in the house, it runs you out into the street. It runs you out, and the first people you think and love you is any of your homeboys that act like they there for you. They might give you a place to stay. They mama might let you come over their house. They mama might give you some food. They might give you some food. So you think, oh, you safe. Now I confide in you. Now I'm trusting you. Now they got you doing stuff. Now they doing stuff to you too, taking advantage of you. You might be vulnerable out here. People know you don't got no parents. People know whatever the situation is, and people will play on that. They're like, oh, let me help you. Let me help you. They think you alone by yourself. Okay. That's why I don't even tell people for real that I'm here. You know, I'm out here talking to people out here. Because even the other day, that's what I'm saying. When people think that you're weak and vulnerable, you know, you got to be careful what you even telling people. I don't care how nice they appear to be. You know, especially as single mothers, when they think you alone by yourself, they think you know, single mom that ain't got nobody, they'll try to come in. That's when the predators try to get you. Even the guy I was talking to the other day up here, I was up there out at the little station, and he come out and just was talking, and it was cool. And one thing about me is I'm gonna talk. Like, I mean, if you talk to me, I don't just start a conversation with nobody, because I really don't be wanting to talk. I just keep it short. I do speak to people. Hi, how you doing? But that's it. But of course he get the talking about, you know, he from Miami, and he, like, when I tell you, in this, maybe about we probably talked about a good 10-15 minutes. And just to see, he told me so much. I know that he from Miami. I know that he bought a truck out here and he got Florida tags still. He act like a lot of the stuff that he was saying, you could just tell, like, you trying to, you know, he had a missing tooth, right? And he was trying to tell me about that, like, even though, like, because he wasn't directly selling himself to me. He was like indirectly selling himself to me, trying to make it seem like, you know, he got this going on, that going on, but really you ain't got nothing going on, sir. Like, you know, but he was telling me that, yeah, I'm getting ready to go up here, because that's what started. He was telling me he was getting ready to go up here to this little place up here that basically offer help. Anything you need. He said they was giving out shoes and stuff for back to school. You know, he was telling me what they had going on at the convention center. Like, he was just telling me all of this stuff, and he see that I got a baby with me. He like, you know, if you need back to school stuff, all that stuff, you can go up there, whatever you need, food, anything, you can go up there, they'll give it to you. He was like, I'm going to go up there right now and give me some uniforms, because I start my new job. Yeah. He was like, yeah, I'm a shift lead. I'm going to be making $18.50 an hour, blah, 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 blah. and this, that. And well, when I tell you, he just got to telling me, so like, people get to pouring everything out to me. I should not know this much about you, sir, in this short amount of time, showing me his daughter pics, saying that they back in Miami, they still there, but he still provide for his family out there. He left the house to the ex-wife, and you know, he was like, I'm a good guy. Anybody who they're selling themselves. Like, I'm a good guy though. I just left the house to her, and now right now I'm staying at different motels and stuff, or but it's just cause, you know, I'm trying to get back on my feet. And I came out here, moved from all the way from Miami out here for another girl, and then she took advantage of me, and she did this, you know, like I told y'all in the other video. They come with these sob stories, you know, but, you know, he was cool, you know. He definitely was trying to tell me about some resources or whatever, but I was like, oh, thank you for, you know, letting me know about that or whatever. But of course, at the end, when I'm getting ready to go my way, he like, yeah, you know, I don't want to mess up no happy home or nothing, but it's in the box. He was like, yeah, you know, they be trying to throw that out there, like just trying to see what's going on with you. You got a man, like, sir, I don't want you. He was 60 years old, and even with that, he missing a tooth, and he was telling me about that, like, you know, because people, we got issues. Shoot, I got my own dental issues, so I ain't really criticizing nobody's stuff, you know. He was like, but even people look at my tooth and they might think this, but it's just like the money, it costs this and that, blah, 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 blah. But I just got other stuff I'm trying to take care of. And even he tried to act like his car, like, because imagine he out here walking, so he was like, yeah, my car, I got a truck. He was like, see, I'll give my truck to let a girl hold my truck, but it got Florida tags. But I said, I'm that type of guy. I'll give you my stuff and let you just be good. Make sure y'all good, because it's okay for me to be out here on the bus, but y'all can't be out here. You know, the kids gotta have a place. And I was like, yeah, you right. I was like, that's some good man type stuff. Even if you gotta go without so your family can have, you know, that's what a leader will really do. But he's saying this stuff, you know, really trying to sell him stuff. And I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, like, he's telling me all this stuff about the girl that he moved all the way out here for, and then she played him, and another lady that he just recently was talking to, you know, and that she got a girlfriend, and all this drama. Like, you know, we get to talking, you know, we was really just talking, you know, about some real stuff that's going on out here. You know, he was talking about a lot of these dudes on the down low. He in a fraternity, you know, he was like, even some of my frat brothers, you're like, when I tell you he was saying stuff, he said even one of the frat brothers was trying to ask where he stay, like insinuating something. He was like, you don't even really know where I be at, where I stay. It was funny, but I was like, yeah, because I know what goes down in them fraternities, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff, and I tell you, some of these boys be getting turned out once they go to college and getting these frats, these sororities, that stuff really from the enemy. That stuff is from the enemy. Them Freemasons put them together. That stuff, it's a lot. That's why they do their hazing stuff. That's like ritual, occult stuff, them covens, that cult type stuff. They do initiations, like they do in the enemy camp, you know. But I say all this to say that people prey on that. They see you out here as a single mother, I ain't got no ring on, I'm just me and my child. The thing is, people will say all of this stuff all this stuff telling me all their business, and I just sit there listening. That's my problem. That's why they be thinking like, oh, she listen. That's like our baby daddy told y'all in the video that I played. They play on that because they see you listen. Like saying somebody who just sit there and listen to me, like, but I just be sitting there listening, because for one, I'd rather you talk and tell all your stuff, so you ain't got to be asking me too much about me, because I ain't about to sit here and tell you all that about me. Only thing I told her to do is like, yeah, I know, because I stayed at the shelter, like, you know, so they really helped out a lot, you know, because we was talking about resources and stuff, and I was like, yeah, they helped us out a lot too when we was staying there. But other than that, you don't know nothing about me. You don't know that I'm not from here. You don't know nothing. Like, and he even said it. He was like, you know, I don't know if you got any family out here or nothing, but this, that, and that. And I just was like, yeah, just talking. Like, I don't gotta say too much about me. I let people do the talking, because you don't need to know all that about me. It's none of your business for real. I'm gonna let out what I want to let out, but sir, and they be trying to play on that. And this is what I'm saying. If I was in a, you know, vulnerable state, you know, because he was just even telling me, he was like, yeah, I look out for the kids. The one lady, you know, I bought her kids, came over the house, bought them all some pizza, this, that, and that. I'm like, sir, that ain't gonna work over here. Like, it's too many. I done seen a bunch of things that I see off the rip, and it ain't necessarily to judge a person, but we are supposed to have righteous judgment. You're supposed to have righteous judgment. That's biblical. Proverbs 31. We are supposed to judge righteously, and if we do more judging righteously, we won't end up in some of the situations we be in that lead to our demise. So I say all this to say, pay attention, because they out here. It ain't gonna stop. One thing I'm realizing, these men ain't gonna stop. They not gonna stop trying. I don't know if God be still just trying to test me, but they not gonna stop. But I just, now when I tell you my intuition, it been going off for years, but I never listened to it. But my discernment now, my discernment is top tier, baby. I ain't falling for none of that stuff. I ain't believing in potential no more. None of that. What you see is what you get. If you ain't there right now, baby, I ain't got nothing for you. I ain't got nothing for you. I ain't letting nobody sell me a hope and a dream but God. That's it. Nobody else can sell me a hope and a dream. Because these dudes will sell you a hope and a dream, and you be sticking to that, holding on to the dream, holding on that it may one day come to pass. No, I'm only doing that for God. And you only need to do that for God too. God gave you a vision. God gave you a promise. You only hold on to that from God. Because he's the one that's not going to let you down. He's going to do what he surely said he's going to do for you. It might take time, but he's going to do it. Them men, child, don't get caught up with that. Don't get caught up with these people selling you a hope and a dream. They ain't God. They are not him. And 9 times out of 10, they be lying. And they be holding you, using you as a placeholder until they get what they really want. Using you to come up off you until they get what they want. Then they leave you for the next thing. Don't be out here, all this triangulation that these men be having you doing. People that want to triangulate you and have you competing with another girl over them, competing for a spot. And then you ready to take the other girl out because of this man. To see so much of that going on, and the women really be so mad at the other woman that you want to kill her to get her out the way. You know, it's just ridiculous. Because at the end of the day, when you do that, when you do stuff like that, when you locked up and that girl dead because of y'all nonsense, guess what? He's gonna start over again. Because these type of people, they don't change themselves, they just change their victims. So this is why they go younger and younger. They get the more naive. This is what they do. But I'm running out of storage here, y'all, so I'll see y'all in the next video. But just keep your door closed and pray for discernment, That needs to be your top prayer every single day. Top prayer every single day, because that's going to save you, baby. That's going to save you and save your children from the devil. Don't open the door for the devil to come into your life. Don't open the devil for him to come live in your house. Don't open it. Keep it closed, bolted. All the locks locked up. Put the stick in the dough. Keep it guarded. Protect your life. Protect your children's life. And protect their innocence. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.